everyone. Happy New Year.
Hi.
Oh, that's my son. He's hanging out. This is Marty, our son. I'm Cynthia, and this is Azalea.
Hello.
And this is our Green Girl Studios Wednesday edition magic hour. I like that hat you made there. Azalea's been a knitting fanatic, knitting like crazy.
Complaining.
Yeah, he's not having it. He is not having it. Hello, my friends. Hello, Cynthia. Hello, Robin. Happy New Year to you, my friends. Yes, so today I have some silver pieces and a few gemstone strands that we had in our collection. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Julie. Hello, my friends. She's got that little cactus reminding me about Tucson. That's coming up very shortly, very soon. Hello, Nilda. Hello, Tina. Hello, Nancy. Hello, my friends. Max, it's Marty. He's walking around. He's like, how can I jump up on the table? This is a high table, a work table. He can't jump on this unless he gets a stool to help. He's looking at my desk, and I'm like, oh, please don't get on my desk. Hello, Kalite. Hello, Michelle. Hello, my friends. So I have some of these earrings, and they don't have to be for earrings. They can be for pendant. And what I thought we'd do today is do a fun, like, chain dangle. Ever see like a chandelier earring, and you're like, oh, I could do that. I could do something like that. So this octopus, this little component that I made, I don't have this for my pewter line, partly because it has a lot of little small arms that make it kind of labor intensive to go in and carve out all the parts of the mold. So it's kind of one of those things, we don't make a lot of it. Well, we only make it in silver. I've only so far made it in silver. So anyway, we have some of those today. We have a few sets. And I think they could also be used as pendants because, I mean, it's not heavy. It's very light, thankfully. And I put a coin pearl with this one. But there are, the other side of the arm, it has like 4 areas where you can dangle things from. So it's pretty cute. That's what we did this week. Actually, we started it last week, but a lot of the stuff, it didn't tumble as smooth as we wanted them to be. They were a little on the, how do you say it? They just didn't look as shiny as I like, or as some other folks like. Oh, so I see the hashtag says snake. You all look like you have it. The snake hashtag. In real life, snakes fill me with dread and horror for the most part. I'm better at it. It used to be I would scream like low in my, I would scream really loud. Well, I'm from Florida, so if you ever been to Florida, most of the snakes are venomous. Not most. That's an exaggeration. They have coral snakes. They have king snakes, cottonmouth, water moccasin. Now they have anaconda. That's because of Hurricane Andrew. Oh, so anyway, snake. I got thinking about, all these snakes that are in Florida. And
I hear something happening.
She's like, I hear him digging.
I hear some rustling of plastic bags.
He gets into stuff he's usually forbidden from coming into the studio. So anyway, I have this little folkloric snake coin. I have 2 on my desk. So I'm going to put those. We'll do 2 giveaways. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to draw at the end. Everybody put in hashtag snake. No caps, no, what you call it? No spaces, no caps, no anything. Exactly as it is right here. I can't point in this direction of what the hashtag is on my phone because it's like a mirror view. So yeah, I see. Cynthia Messenger says, yep, live in Florida. A lot of venomous snakes. But, a lot of non-venomous, so it's all good. Yeah, I don't care for them in real life, except for I do like a hognose. I like the way a hognose looks because it's kind of cute. But yeah, I love them in art and in the symbolism, and in jewelry, if you've seen Victorian jewelry, you know that they love a snake. They love the symbolism. You know, it's a symbolism, or it symbolizes renewal. You know, because they shed their skin and become new. You know, they become a new creature, and that has a pretty, you know, as far as like symbolism goes, pretty good. You know, Tom says snakes on a plane. I did laugh my head off. Wasn't that a Lawrence? Was that? I want to say Lawrence Fishburne, but that was Samuel L. Jackson. Right? I laughed pretty hard at that movie, and it did fill me with horror at the idea of it. So I'm gonna flip this camera around, and we're gonna get started on making some things here. Let's see if I can get this. All right. Azalea's she put on some chill vibes. That's copyright-free music that has what you call it, healing frequencies. All right, back on to streaming. Oh, so Wendy says, hello, Wendy. She says, my first grade teacher had one for us as a pet in our classroom. Jake the snake. He was adorable. That is cute. You know, Azalea, didn't you have a fire-belly toad as one of your class pets?
Oh, good question. I can't remember.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I can remember it. I think you're in kindergarten. So what I have here, this fine silver wire is, let's see, what does that say? 24 gauge? I don't think that's 24. It feels finer than 24. What does that say? 20? I don't know. It says it's 24, but this feels to me like 26. It's very fine. And it's I think half hard. Now, some of these, if you get one that says, so this says half hard right here. Now, that means how much it has been, I guess a good way to put it is compressed. So once metal has been annealed, that's when you heat it up cherry red and you let it cool or you quench it. It's more porous and soft and you can manipulate it. So if you have it like fully, you know, hardened, it's been twisted or drawn through a plate so that it doesn't have as much bend. This feels like it has a little bit of bend. I don't need it to be super stiff, and I'll show you here how to get it so that, you know, you can harden it if you need to. So I like this fine chain because it will go through. I have different types of chain here. So this is what's called a pencil. They call this paperclip chain. Almost call it pencil chain for some reason. They call it paperclip because it kind of looks like paperclip. If it's squared off, it's a paperclip. Now, long drawn cable is a similar chain, but it's more rounded off. Let me see if I have that. This is an oval. This is a really pretty one too. So you can buy this by the foot. This was, let's see, $4.50. Usually it's by the weight. The heavier it is, the more money it is. It's not surprising to anyone. It's silver. So I don't need it in a ton of lengths because I'm only using a little bit. Now this is a textured chain. It has, if you look very closely, you can see that it has a slight, like a kind of a hammered look. And this is an oval, a drawn oval chain. So what I'm going to do, and it has kind of a lacy look to it. I'm going to pick one of these chains to show how to make a chain chandelier that'll look like this little octopus is hanging onto it. And it's going to have that kind of, I don't know why my brain said the word neck mess, like it's a neck mess, but it's going to, like this is like a little arm, like these little octopus arms. I'm going to drape them so that they are coming down in different ways from different attachments. Whoop, stink bug. Here, go on you. So I've decided not to do battle with them. Azalea knows that I would usually collect them and put lights and make a big production about it and be angry with them. But then the other day I was like, man, they're just trying to live. You know, they just looking for a warm place. So I've kind of ignored them because they get into the house because I leave windows and things open all the time. And they just creep in somehow, you know. This is another type of chain. Look how fine this is. Check this out. This is so super fine. Now this gives you a twisted look. It's more, I don't know, let's see what it looks like. So I got a few sizes of chain to show the different varieties that you could use. Even if there's, say you got chain, you found a chain or someone gave you a chain and you're like, I'm never going to use that. And it has a clasp on it like this one. I bought this, I don't know how many years ago. I am probably never going to use this as a chain to wear, but I could easily use it in a pair of earrings, many pairs of earrings actually. So keep that in mind. If you know you're never going to use it, just go ahead and use it for like pendant making. So I know this one's pretty good, but it has a very fine weave. It would fit this wire no problem. Here's another one that's pretty fine. That's very fine. Let's take a look at it. I think this one might be a good one too. I prefer ones that have I like a rounded link. I don't know. I think it looks kind of bubbly and fun. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to drop your chain altogether because that's a nightmare picking that out. So this is a contender. Might use this one. And I also have, this is a really pretty one right here. This is a pre-oxidized. Pat says, can you use a jump ring? You most certainly can. If you've got jump rings to fit, I've got a box of jump rings. I keep meaning to put them in these little round containers that look like a pie. Kate does that. So smart. But I have so many jump rings and I just haven't done it. This is a nice one. This is a very, very fine chain, but it also has a teeny little silver charlotte interspersed every half inch or so. And this is it's a really pretty chain. And let's see what it would look like. With this, you could not, I don't know that I have anything fine enough to go through that as far as, yeah, look how pretty that is. Maybe I'll use a little bit of this. You know what? You can do more than one type. So it's going to look like this little octopus is hanging on. That's the goal. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and it's very easy. It's only like 3 wire wraps, maybe like one connection here, one connection here. And if you decide to put something down here on this one or this one, we'll see how it looks. We'll just play with it, see what happens. All right, maybe these two might be interesting, or this. So let's do these two. It's different enough. Put this away. I got so many bags of chain that I need to organize. I have dreams of organizing it. I got this thing on Amazon. It was like a folder. It had little pockets, and I was like, this is going to be perfect. But I haven't used it yet, so it's on my list. All right, so let's see. How much will we need? I'm going to eyeball it first. There's no measuring here. There's no real need to measure. So maybe I'll do that where it has a loop that goes to this second thing, and we'll cut it at this mark. You know, I might have to cut that other little thing off. We'll leave it. We'll see. Put it right here and here. And then I'm going to get another, maybe I'll get a little tighter. Let's see. Get in here a little closer. That's pretty good. What do you think, Azealia? Does that look correct? Good. So these are the snakes. So if you put in hashtag, we're going to do 2 drawings. We're going to wait till the end, and we're going to make it happen.
I was suspicious of him because it was so quiet.
You're like, it's so quiet.
It's too quiet. He must
It's
be
too
up to
quiet.
something.
But he's not. He's just resting.
Being sweet and handsome and blending into your chair.
Wendy says, love those fine ones with the little teeny beads. Need to practice soldering soon so I can secure them. You can use, somebody use wire. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it so that it's not difficult. I'm going to have to put my optovisors on, and it's probably going to look sloppy because it's hard to do from a foot away from your face, but you get the idea. The technique will probably be a little on the loose side, shall we say. But you don't need to solder it. I mean, you can, but since this is like a pendant, I mean, if this were connecting, if this fine was to like a necklace, I would say, yeah, you need one of those really fine, what you call it, for permanent jewelry. It's like a laser welder. That's the word I'm looking for. Laser welder. Go up here. Maybe I'll cut this one a little longer. I kind of want one of those laser welders. One of our yarn stores, Friends in Fiberworks, they had a gal come in to do permanent jewelry. And I was like, that sounds kind of fun. But I didn't do it. But I wanted to. It looked neat. Although it kind of gives me anxiety thinking about it because they take the chain. It's like real fine chain like this. They put it all around your wrist, and then they'll use the little laser welder to weld it in place. And I think, I want that to not be welded to my limbs, just in case that somehow does not work for me. You didn't want to have an Isadora Duncan moment. Now I'm looking around. I was like, there's my favorite pair of pliers, and they are missing from my collection here. Hey, hon, do you see those rosary pliers over there? Those round nose, even? I guess I can use these. This is not preferable. Because I want them to be perfect. Like my friend Laura Belkin makes the most perfect wraps. Do you have those pliers over there? Oh, yes. Hello, my darlings. I like these. See how fine they go? It's like you can pinch the face of a bug with that.
Pinch the face of a bug.
All right, I'm going to lean in. I'm going to lock in, y'all. All right, can you see? Is that tight enough? Because it's such a small wire. All right, I'm going for it. So I'm going to do one side. Now, if you're watching and you're like, hey, Thornton, that's not how you make a wrap. Remember that there's more than one way to do things. They don't all have to be the same. All right, so I just did a small, I don't know if you can see it, a very small loop. And I'm going to grab onto the middle of this tiny itty bitty chain. Please fit. It's going to fit. I'm going to make it fit. Get in there, you. Come on, you can do it. Especially since I cut it. I might need to get, I have some 28 gauge that would slide in there. Because as it is now, it's not fitting through there. It doesn't want it. Maybe on this part here is a little larger. Next to the bead. It's very small. And I was at that point, if you were watching it, you're like, how is she even seeing it? The answer is that I'm not. All right, so this one is too small. And unless I have some 28 gauge over there that's super fine, maybe I do. What's this? $26. This is. Let's see. That's actually more. This is the 26. So I don't know. This is too fine for that. That ain't going to work. Unless I get like, I don't even know how small you have to go. So you will need a laser welder for that stuff because I couldn't get 26 gauge because this is, if this is 26, this is thicker than this. This must be 28. I tried some, I have these little diamonds and it was so annoying because I bought them and I was like, so what do y'all use to string these? Hair? I was gotta be joking. I'll go through this one right here. This one looks like a good one. All right. I'm bracing my arms. Better. Now, let's see if I can do this with tools and not using my fingertips. It'll be a win. Okay, pretty neat. Not as perfect as Laura's, but you know. And as I say this, I'll show you what I'm talking about so you can get the full appreciation. All right, there. Not bad. Straighten up the post. And this is Laura's work right here. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about perfect. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look how she did these little diamonds. And they're all exactly the same. I think she did the trick where you mark on your pliers where you want your, you could put a little dot of Sharpie and it would be the spot every time. Okay, so I'm going to find something pretty to dangle. I could do one of these little teeny little silver ones. I have this from a previous kit. I have this that was just sitting out. Let's see. That green is awfully pretty. Let's see, I like this too. I want something small and clear. Let's see what's in this. What's here? Let's see. We'll just gouge one of these out of here. Oops. Pearl down. There's another pearl down. Good thing I have the silicone pad catching everything. I don't know if I want any of those. Let's get these instead. They're little cubes, little tiny cubes. This pink one's pretty. No, I want that green. No, this blue one. Get on there, you. So this is also a good one for using up if you have crochet beads that you didn't finish off in a kit. Making little tiny earrings would be a good use of it. All right. Now, to complete the loop, small bend. Now, one thing you don't want to do is complete the loop and not put your thing on there. So you want to put that on. You know how many times I've done that? It's like, get distracted or talking or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, I completed the loop without adding it to the other piece. All right. Let's see how that's looking. Do I like that? I'm gonna wrap it over to one side so I don't have to have that little piece dangling. Let's see what it looks like. We're going to try and see without attaching. Because sometimes you don't like the way it looks, you know? You got to check it out. All right. I'm going to get that other chain here in a second and put that in. Yeah, that looks okay. I want to make it asymmetrical. So that's one of the things. A jump ring would work if you have one that fits that size. This chain is a little easier to work, and I'm going to get a little bit more of that other chain that I just had out. That was a small diameter, but not tiny. This one. All right. like this. Maybe I'll come in from this side. I think I like that better. Now, if you have two colors of chain and you don't like it, it's an easy fix to hit the whole thing with liver of sulfur. And you know what? Maybe I'll do something here where they go down like that, so it's a really long piece. There's a lot of potential here. Maybe I'll do it like this. All right, I'll go ahead and attach. Now, if you don't like, or like this even, that's actually pretty too. Could be nice where it doesn't even connect. Shuri, oh, this will occupy my mind. He's cool. You know, this is when I was in my octopus phase. I know you're probably like, when have you not been in your octopus phase? It's a good question. But I listened to the book on tape, Remarkably Bright Creatures, featuring a story. It's a story about an octopus in a tank. I think it's in Seattle. It's a very charming story about a friendship that develops between the octopus in the tank and one of the people that volunteers to take care of the area. Maybe they're like a cleaner or something. I don't remember exactly all the details. It was a very charming story. They're really smart creatures. And they can remember things, you know? Right. I like that. And it looks like this has a little bit of a corner. So there's a little drop of a corner. So since that's part of the chain design, I'm gonna use that to my advantage. So I'm gonna go close to this other spot here and connect it. And I'm gonna connect it where maybe this is like this. I don't want them to be even. I want them to one side to be longer. Maybe this is a little bit longer. Oh, Pat, love that book. Yeah, it was very charming. A little bit more. And I think I want to get a kind of a clear crystal for this one, or maybe a pink one. I don't know. See what looks good. Although I say that and I instantly am gravitating towards the greens and the blues. Do I like that? The aisle light's kind of big. Might be fun. You know what? Why not? Let's try it, you know, because you never know what will happen. Maybe we'll change it up so it's like a bunch of different colors in there. Maybe on the end, look at this. What is that? That looks like a moss aquamarine. Maybe that little guy floating in there somehow. Could be fun. Sometimes it's fun to mix up the textures and shapes. Maybe even have it where he's like this. That'd be pretty. Maybe I have one that's a little smaller. No, that's a big one. I'm going to put that one here. A nice rounded off spot. I really like using this kind of wire because it's really effortless to wire wrap. It's a really good one if you do like the decorative parts of, if you do wire wrapping that has like other wrapped wires, I guess. It uses like a decorative cover, this fine chain. So I'm looking at this facing me so I can see where it will kind of lie. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to show it online or on the screen because I'm having it face me. One more link, I think. Oh, there we go. I went on a bike ride the other day. Was that yesterday when me and Joanne went to, where'd we go? I said, let's go on a short bike ride. She was waiting for her uh, partner to get out, and I was driving around with her. I said, let's go on this bike ride. And it was so funny. This gal says, it's a little puddly ahead. I'm like, a little puddle doesn't matter. And you couldn't see the rest of the trail because it went around a corner. And we're like, let's ride through. And we rounded the corner, and the entire path was flooded. And by the time we saw it, we're like, shoot. We tried to turn around, and it was like a comedy of errors watching us trying to. She's like, I don't want to get my feet wet. I said, your feet are already wet. You're actively wet. You're knee deep trying to pedal. It was funny that I was like, how can you even be pedaling? She kept going and then did like a slow like lean over into the water. It was pretty cute. It wasn't cute sitting with like wet shoes and everything, but it was a pretty fun ride. Oh, I kind of like it. It's kind of like bubbles a little bit. I don't know if you can see this. All right. Now, if you were to make this for a show, like you're making for a craft event, I would say to probably make one, get it perfect, and then you would copy that, because figuring it out is where the time is. Like you'd have to, like count how many links so that they're all the same. Let me see, this looks pretty good. And before I connect, I'm going to check my work. So that's what I have so far. Yeah, not bad. I'm going to tighten that up. So you can kind of see, you can check how far something is how it's going to drape. Since this is a long drape, I didn't want to make it so it stretched out too far, because the design element of this is that it has a kind of a linear shape, less bubbly. Yeah, there was no backpedaling, Sheree. It was only we were only going forward, and going forward we had to turn around. It was pretty funny. I was like, I didn't even know you could actually pedal through water. And I was like, you know what? This is how when you hear about people getting like stuck in the flood, this is what happens, because you're like, all right, I've already gone this far, and how can I turn around? So that was us, like learning firsthand how a flooded trail will how hard it is. It's hard to turn around. We had to basically fall in, splash around, and then walk our bikes out. So to work harden these, so they will be kind of limber through here. And what you can do to prevent that is, one way is you could twist your wire, like you could hold it here and give it a good little twist like that. You don't want to do too much, because if you go too far, then it's past work hardened into the brittle zone. You don't want to do the brittle zone. One thing I like to do is I like to smash my my wraps like this. I use it. This work hardens it, and it also kind of gives it a faceted look. Not 100% necessary, especially since people probably won't even notice it. Okay, so that's what I have so far. Yeah, you guys could have seen me on Easily in America's Funniest Video. Talk about soggy bottom blues. Yep, that was Joanne. We were laughing and saying, she's like, I'm pants free. It's pretty funny. So I'm going to put this one on the opposite and, or not opposite, the middle one, I guess is a better way to say that. I think, I'll stop it there. So if you're ever doing two of an earring and you want them to be the same, you'll have to count the links between. That's how I made my stringing directions. Remember Stringing Magazine? You'd have to count up, like, oh, on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, on the 6th link, you'll have to add that one. So if you make doubles, you can make them the same, or you can just eyeball it. That's what I would do. What's this? I like this color. I think these are tourmalines. I'll put that one here. Or maybe a pink. Pink would be pretty. Kind of bubbly. Kind of fun. We'll get this one over here. A tiny pop of pink. Too small. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. I probably will not make this in pewter. This is a lot of work to come through here and carve around each one of those. So the labor is high on that. Right, so attach this. And I think it'd be pretty like where it's kind of dangling, so it's almost like a chandelier. All right. So where's the end of it? Here we go. I'm gonna put that one. Maybe right here. Let's see what that looks like. And you know, when I'm doing this now on like live, it should be pointed out that a lot of this stuff goes way faster when you're not talking through it. You're just doing it, you know. So you might be like, man, she's really working that one earring. But I tell you, it's you know, it's a lot faster if you're not talking someone through it. It's a lot quicker. I'd be done with it by now. Maybe I'd be done with it. Who knows if I would be. I've got my face like 2 inches away from this. I keep looking up and I'm like, I hope my face is not blocking it. Oh, Melanie says I need a pair of those bug smash-in pliers. Oh, they're from Tronics. You know what? They're good. I don't know how I think I got them at a show. But they are delightful. I want to maybe get myself an opal. I think an opal would be good right here. Let's tuck in on that. That'd be pretty. Yeah. All right, it's looking pretty good. Ramen says Tronics are the best. You know, I think this is the only, I don't know if I have any more pairs of them. I don't know where this one came from. Probably from a show. I have a bunch of all different kinds of pliers. I don't know what's everyone else's favorite brand. I like Softlux's pliers. I've gotten those in the past. Those work really good. I've gotten, what are these? Zurons. They're really nice people. I think they're made in the USA. but I'm not 100% on that. I think they are. I save all my little scraps to one side. I put them in a little bag, and then we melt them down. So this is what we have so far. Sherry says Zeron for me. Wendy says 70 on Amazon. Oh, yeah. Well, I will say, if you get a good pair, I don't know how long I've had these. It's been a minute. I mean, I want to say it's
Look old.
yeah, it's been a while. So sometimes you can get a pair of something good and they last for years. So sometimes it's good. I do have a set of Lindstroms. Those are really nice, but you know what? I don't love them like I love these. And those were really expensive. I took them to, this is, you guys will be like, why would you do this to yourself? I took them to a workshop and I was letting people use them for some mysterious reason. I saw a gal, like she had my pliers and she was trying to gouge open, what was she trying to gouge open? Some tin. And I was like, what are you doing? I was like, this is almost like I'm seeing you use sewing scissors to cut cardboard. I said, I'm gonna have to take. I was like, I'm gonna have to take a moment, but not before I snatched them. I said, you use go get them cheap ones, the ones that have glue. She's like, well, they have glue on the handle, so that's because you did that to your own thing. Don't use mine to do that. She's like, they're sticky. I said, go make your own that are sticky. I don't mind sticky. And it's like, after that, I'm like, no sharing pliers. And I left them home. I was like, I'll go get inexpensive ones from Michael's. All right, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's pretty. You can't see it from your angle, but trust me, it's pretty. Looking good. Yeah, this is a kind of a fussy design. Anytime you're working with tiny beads and tiny chain, it's going to be kind of, it's going to be one of those things where it takes a minute to complete. But I will say that they come out beautiful. And you know what? We were walking around this gallery. Wendy, you probably remember if you're still on there. We were at Mora, and there was a pair of earrings that I loved them. And it was a mixed chain pair, but they were using like 24 karat gold. And you know what? I don't know what all. There was a lot of really beautiful stuff on these earrings, and they were very dainty, but they were like $4,200. And I was like, man, it's a little out of my budget. And by a little bit, I mean it was out of my budget. Maybe I'll do this one. That one looks like a good one. Or something big and clear. Let's see if I have something. Let's see. It's on the end of this box. We'll do this little teeny, let's see, something a little on that. I've got a cool palette going, so I think I'll continue with this cool palette, even though I'm kind of drawn to putting that one there. Maybe that little ruby would look good. Let's see, test it out, see what it looks like. Oh, I like it. It looks opulent. I don't know, I like an opulent pair of earrings, but who doesn't? We're working on a kit with Anne Gardan, an earring kit for Tucson. And she's making some really cool caps to do a necklace kit and a little earring kit. we'll do limited quantity. Well, we'll do a lot of the earring, but a limited quantity on the necklace one, just to see. But I'm pretty excited about it. It'll be fun. I'm excited to go. It's like a healing part of the journey, to be in the desert with our friends, looking at beads, looking at beautiful things. Let's see who's going. I love it when I see my friends run into Candy Cooper out there. See what, maybe ambush her. Although sometimes you don't want to do that. I ambushed my friend. I snuck up behind my friend Deborah at African Village. And I was like walking really close to her, and she looked like she was going to turn around and belt me. And I was like, Deborah, it's me. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't do that. People think that there's something wrong with me. All right, so that's what I have so far on this. Even though you can't see it, maybe you can see it. I think I'm going to dip these with some liver sulfur. So the fun part is that you can dangle from any point. Like these, I think are getting a little heavier. A little heavy. You know what? Sherry says, nothing funnier than catching Candy off guard. Did you all see that one time when Candy showed up at my house and it was a live, and I was watching the live, and I was like, wait a minute, that looks familiar. And she was coming down my drive. She caught me off guard for sure. And we laughed because she ambushed Greg in the garage. It's pretty hilarious. He wasn't expecting it. What do you think about that? Is that too long? That's getting 80s earrings long. Is that too long? If I put one down at the bottom? Y'all, I'm going to show you something. Look at this. I'm not going to show it. She'd get mad at me. She fell asleep while she's knitting. All right. I think I'm going to stop with that. That's what I have so far. And you know what? It looks better when it's not like I'm trying to show it dangling, but there's, this is not a very good representation. It's more like, if you could see it, like the chain goes like this. I could trim this long one here. That's too long at the bottom, because that's like, well, I guess that's not terrible. So that's 2 inches. So that's like, and then you have the earring. Where's an earring? Here's an earring. So then, yeah, that's getting to like a 3-inch time. Wendy says, I like the symmetrical with the chains. I do too. I think it looks good. And then if you put liver of sulfur so they're all black, it looks really cool. Or all shiny white. It's a good choice. And what I like to do is put little things at the bottom. I like this would be cool. Check these out. These pretty. It's in this little. Even though I said I didn't want it too long, it gives it kind of like a kind of an opulent look, I think. Those crystals and maybe pearl. Could dangle a pearl in there. Could be all kinds of mix and match. I love it. I don't know if I love that pearl there. Let me see what else would fit it. There's a lot of potential. Maybe that. Anyway, I like it. Oh my, it's already at the 49-minute mark. All right, so this is what we worked on today. And in almost 50 minutes, you saw me do all of this. Oh, Liz says, hi, I'm in California for a funeral. Going home tomorrow. Yeah, that's rough. This time last year, I was dealing with my dad passing away. It was pretty intense, pretty sad. I thought about him all day today. It was, kind of nice, but sad at the same time. Thinking about what he said, just live for now. Don't put it off. That goes for everybody. Don't wait for perfect conditions, because sometimes you wait for the perfect conditions to arise, and guess what? They never show up. So it's better to do things while you have the gumption to do it. All right. Let me see. Azalea, you're going to get a crick in your neck, my little daughter. All right, my friends, let's get to the next portion, and don't forget to put in snake hashtag right here, so that we can draw 2 winners tonight. That's 2 winners. Oh, Liz, I'm sorry, that was your dad too. 99. That's a good run. It's a nice run. It doesn't feel like it's ever going to be long enough, but still, doesn't matter how old, right? I'm going to make some space here. I'm going to finish the other pair, and I'm going to dip them in liver of sulfur. I'm going to push this back a little. Maybe I'm not so far back. All right, so the first thing I have are these little toads. You've seen me with these before. This is a live action size. This is lot 458. I have 3 of them sitting here. 3 little tiny sterling silver frogs. They're drilled through the middle. Pretty generous hole, so you could put that through cord. You could put it through, it'd be cool. Let me see if this would fit. That gal dozed off while knitting. Wow.
It's about to happen again.
You and Marty were matching because he's dozing off too. All right, so you could just put in, if you're interested, this is lot 458, and it's $12. It seems like a lot for this tiny little frog, but it's not, because it's silver. And silver's, expensive. There, he's got his little feet. And boy, this is really cute. You know what? It's really cute as a necklace like this. Check this out. When you have like a simple necklace, so it's like this. Say that has seed beads. Look how adorable that would be. So charming. I love it. I had a ring this side when I was a child. I still have it's kind of like that. Pad, it's $4.58. You could do a wire ring. There have been many that have made wire rings, and his face is, there's his little face. Isn't he so charming? So this little frog print's $12, $4.58. I have 3. I have 1 of this. Oh, Azalea has it marked to 42. And this is 323. That's the back of the skeleton. That's the front. He has a little heart, and he's drilled at the top and the bottom. This makes a really good link. But not only that, it is a great pendant that you can dangle things, or you could do it like this across your wrist. Looks good. But he's detailed on both sides and has a good weight. It's nice and thick. It's a nice substantial piece. This is one that Azalea made a really pretty necklace, and she balanced it on the other side with from this, it was like a handmade chain, and on the other side was a great big bead. So big beads look good with this piece particularly, or pearls. You could match with pearls. And this was at 45, and it's marked 42, and it's lot 323. If you're interested in that silver skeleton. All right. Oh, here's another thing that we marked down. This is lot 324, and it's a little sterling Gargoyle. It's a heavy piece. It's heavy. Very detailed. This is one that Greg carved. Has wings on the back. Maybe you like to think about Notre Dame and all those gargoyles. But look at his little face. Isn't he cute? It's very charming. This is $3.24. All right. I have in my skull collection here, I have this little skull. This is $3.20. This one is a little, it has a little key. Check out that tiny key. It fits like this. This would be a good one for a treasure necklace, I think. Fits through. And it's 42 and it's $3.20. I have one of these guys. If you would like one silver mermaid, she is kind of loosely based on, if you've seen the Hieronymus Bosch paintings, there is one that's like in the Earthly Delights where they're in the that lake where they're kind of like this. I think they look pretty cool, but the tail on those mermaids are kind of like, has that kind of weird these little, I'm like, is that a pectoral fin? No, not a pectoral fin, because it would be on the side. I don't remember what that's called. Dorsal fins. So I have one. This is $4.60, $22 sterling. Has a pretty nice hole. You could easily fit chain through there or a handmade, like this little tiny bead. Get that. If anybody's interested, I could go hunt for some of this when we go to Tucson. I'm making notes. So this is $4.60. All right, I have one of these guys. It's the little fairy pendant that is kind of like, she's like balanced on this. This would be a good one to showcase a big bead, like something fancy. Let's see. That pink tourmaline, something even bigger maybe. I don't know. What would be even better? Maybe like this. Kind of a nice showcase. So she's kind of like dancing on the top of it. This is $4.59, $22 for this little sterling fairy. She kind of reminds me of a podling from the Dark Crystal. Just put like a little, so it's, if you put that on there, maybe with bead caps would be pretty. All right. One of my very favorite clasps. So this is one of my favorites. This is a good one. This is also one Greg carved. It has a fish, and it's capturing, this little kraken is capturing this fish. See how it works? Isn't that cute? I have 5 sets, $34, lot $4.57. It's a nice, thick, good looking clasp. I would easily put that on one of my necklaces. In fact, I'm out of the necklace to show you, but this is one that is a good one because it kind of hides the back. See, you have plenty of room to put nylon through there, and you could probably actually fit several strands if you wanted to, but I love it for a treasure necklace because if it floats to the front, it looks good. If it flips over, still looks good. And that's lot $4.57. Let me see what else do I have here. Oh, I have a few. I think I'll slash some of these. What's this? This is some moss aquamarine. I've had these for a minute. I've definitely had these for a minute. Look how juicy those are. This light is making them look really dark. This is $3.91. I have them at $60. They're pretty heavy as far as moss aquamarine. My light is showing them as a very beautiful kind of kind of a dark sea foam. In this light, they're looking from my screen, they look a little darker, almost like labradorites, but they're much lighter, and they have a beautiful sparkle to them. Let's slash them. Where's my marker? Where's the marker? I'll do this. Here we go. I've been sitting on that for a minute. Make room for new things. Let's do, how about 50 on this? It's a good discount. They're well drilled. Really, really good. Sparkly moss aquamarine. Lot 391. Okay, so this is fun. All right, these are rubies. These are really pretty rubies. This is lot 390. This is 56, and let's test them. This is one of my favorite things to do is show. All right, so chromium fluoresces under UV, so you could test them. If they fluoresce, that means they're ruby. If they don't fluoresce, then they're either pink tourmaline or something like garnets or something else. Or it could be pink sapphire, because pink sapphire doesn't have chromium. I only have one of this. So this is 390, and I'm going to mark this one down. 390, let's see. Let's do 45. And that is a very good price for rubies. And look, they're not microscopically drilled. You could actually put you could put cord through that. That's right. When I go bead shopping, I don't like to get those kind with the itty bitty tiny holes. They make me so crazy.
Marty, I just cuddled so good I fell asleep.
I know you're dozing.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so this, let's show, where's my lamp? Okay, so these are sapphires and rubies. I got these 2020 Tucson time. So there you can, it's almost too bright. Let me see if I can get it so that you can see it a little better. So that one's fluorescing. That is fluorescing. That one's fluorescing more. I don't know if you can see that. But, oh, and that one has a little bit of a star on it. And I have one. I'm going to charge for this. Let's do, this is $389. How about, let's see. We'll do 58. Pretty good. I've had these for a minute. And that's a good price. You know what? I bought those in 2020 when I was at the show by myself. I mean, look at that one. That one's a good one. These are sapphires. I would use them one at a time individually. And even the ones that do not have like spectacular color, like this one's kind of a foggy green, still beautiful. Still beautiful and precious. All right, what is this? Chrome dioxide, a little strand of this, beautifully drilled. Look at that, so sparkly. The light, I keep looking at this light. Under my lights, they look appley green, and under this light, it's kind of an olive. This light's making everything look yellow. Sheree says, "You're so busy, Azalea, you need the rest." She was sick earlier in the week, had a cold.
And I'm
And period time. That makes her
I'm
tired.
recovering though. And
yeah, she's better.
How can you resist if you're laying your face in Marty's belly and he's got his paw on my
387.
face and his face pressed into my arm? Then how can you not fall asleep? It's tender.
Yeah, good. The drilling is good. Yeah, almost when you see them up closer, you can see how the color is. So that's $387. $25. Wendy says, "Are there any other shows in Tucson later in the year?" I don't know that there are that many shows. There might be some in September, but not that many people are going to go. Not as many vendors go to that one as they do in the spring. Okay, so these are some little turquoises. They're faceted. They are really good. I got these from my turquoise guy. And these are from, I believe when I got them, I believe they're American. This one makes me think that, because we have in America, our turquoise is like this kind of color. Usually African is more like that. But even that, in this light, it's more of a cloudy blue, like this. Let me see if I have it. I have a big chunk of turquoise over here that I've been saving. I'm getting ready to cut it. Well, I don't see it. But anyway. No, that's not it. This is Chrysocolla, and you can see the difference. So this is a piece. I had turquoise over here. It's a more creamy blue. But when you get it, you can't tell what you're going to get when you have, if you break it open, you don't know if you're going to have a big nodule of something not good. But that's to show the difference. That's Chrysocolla, if you're wondering what kind of stone. These aren't dyed. I broke one to see. This is $3.88. Now I have the one left. All right, so I have these pairs. This is a steal right here, y'all. So I have 5 pairs, and they're $45. This is $4.65. I only have 5. So if you want to make the earring or a pendant, doesn't have to be an earring, fine. That's just what I made, and I didn't even finish. If you want some, $4.65, $45. It's a real good price. You don't have to make these into earrings. You could do that as a pendant. You could hang from the top right there, or there's like multi-choice. You can hang from here. You could put it on a belt around your wrist called a bracelet.
A belt around your wrist.
So that is $4.65, and if you wanted, 2 of it comes in a set of 2. So that's these guys. You could do 2 pendants, a brooch, or a nice killer pair of earrings. My earrings, Wendy says, what is the kind of turquoise that has the darker blue with the gray-black veining? I believe that there's a few different places that they get turquoise from. There's some that I've seen from Africa. You can get turquoise from Africa. You can get turquoise. There's even turquoise in Mexico. I've seen that. There's another that they call, I wonder if it's like they call one that's Russian turquoise, but I might be thinking about something else. So this is my earrings that I wear, and I just put a pearl. I was going to put smaller pearls, but I just haven't gotten around to it. When I got to this far, I was like, that's good enough, and I wear them and get compliments on them all the time. So, and then it always leads me to talking about that remarkably bright creature. So that's $4.65, $45 for the set. All right, I have one of these. It's $20. Look how cute this is. It's like a little heart. It's not like a heart. It is a heart with a butterfly on one side and like a little, like a lightning bug, kind of like spread out moth. And that's $4.64 for $20 sterling. Beautiful, nice and thick. This would look good. You know what I like on like this for is on a nice like chunky bead bracelet, and it's like the dangling part of the bracelet. That's $4.64. All right, I have a lovely little octopi in. Let's see, this is a shell. You know what? I have not made this in pewter or anything. It's a very new piece. Look at this shell. This is a shell that I found in the Outer Banks. Oh, no, not Outer Banks. Where did we go? Charleston, right? Is it Charleston?
Could have been. Oh, that one, I think,
Look how cute this is. So this one is $4.63. The holes at the top. Let me see. And this is an unusual way that the shell grew. It's a prehistoric type of shell. Isn't that amazing? There's one on my desk. I use that for reference. Now I have one, $4.63. Okay, I have one of these stars. It's $4.62. Pretty cute. Pretty thick. This is giving me Sundance vibes. If you put that on a silver or a hat. This would be good on a hat. If you have a felt hat, you can see that. This is $4.62, $32. It's a very nice weighted star. This would also make a very good pendant on a shorter necklace or even on like a purse type thing. It has a good weight to it. I love the weight of this piece. It feels good in the hand. All right, I have one. This is a pendant that I designed to hang things from, kind of like a what is the right word? Like a charm holder. So you can dangle things from the different arms, and then this one is the main one that you can hang a bunch of charms. So this one is also 32 and it's $4.61. I only have one of those. So it's $4.61 if you're interested. All right. I have one of this. This is 54. It's $3.67. This one I have set a sapphire in, and it's sterling. That's the back side. There's a little bit of light that you can see coming through that. I'm going to look closer at the face. Very cute. Very sweet. This would look good, I think, with pearls and things. I love pearls with that. Oh, you know I have one of these. Maybe if no one gets it, I will keep it. I have a habit of keeping these. So this is 56, $3.55. It's pretty heavy. A lot of silver in there. I think of this as like, this is a definite amulet. It has the directions, north, south, east, and west. It does strike me as being like a total amulet. And I have used this on my personal things. And I've given this one to favored people that I love very much. It's one of mine that I'm like, this is something for you. It's a good gift because it feels magical. And like, you know, it's like, you might not know the direction you're going, but you just follow your inner spirit. So anyway, that's that piece. $3.55. Okay. I have one of this is a little root baby, a little small guy that he's a little different than the other ones. I've gone into his leaves and made all his leaves a little bit different and give him a little bit different face. So this is $32. It's $3.77. He strings through this part of his head, the back of his head. These branches connect, and it's just a little, you know, plant person, a little plant baby. That's $3.77. A little plant person. You know, someone that's like, they love plants, they love Harry Potter, they love Pan's Labyrinth. Harry Potter, or somebody was like, oh, I see you copied Harry Potter. And I was like, so I was like, child. So amusing you should say that, because that is an ancient symbol. Mandrakes were not invented by J.K. Rowling, although she probably wished she did. It's medieval, what is it called? Botanical, because they really did believe that it had medicinal properties and magical properties, all different kinds of properties. Okay, I've got another one of these guys. What's the price on this? Why is this one 64? Let me see. Why is this one?
That one? Is it the one with the big ruby?
No, this is the one with the big blue and little balls. More time consuming. We'll make this one. It has a more of a blue shape. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit bigger stone. Yeah, I see. It's a little bit different stone. The stone on this one is more blue. This one, let's mark it. The other one was 54, so let's make this one. Let's make it also 54. Some of these take a minute to make. That's why there's a mark. Like this takes time to do the setting. That's what that's about. So that's 369. Has a little bit of a bigger stone, but I marked it at 54. All right, here's another one. We'll also do this one at 54. Has a little bit different stone. They're all a little bit different. So, you know, they're individually set. So this is 368. It's 54 as well. 368. Yeah, they look kind of magical to me. Well, I think so. I have this necklace on just a plain chain, and I think it looks really good. All right, I have a few of these that I made. These are a little bit different. I have them. I'm going to slash the price on this too. So I had some of these at regular price 56, but I did balls around those for the 56 one. This one has a smooth bezel, smoothish. You can see it from both sides. It has a little eye on this side, and the light comes through. These I think are really special. I really like making them, and I put them on things. I've made this on a bracelet. I put it on a zipper. Let's mark this one to 42. I have 3 in this price range. 42. So that's 456. If you want one of these, I have some of the balls around the edge. They're more labor to make, and that's why this one's a little bit less. So this is 456. And I have 2 of this one. We'll put them at, let's see, 435. So these have the little balls around the edge. It's a little more work to do this because I've got to set each one of those. They're just labor intensive. So I don't make them that often. But they feel really magical, feel really beautiful. You know what that would be good for? I'm going to mark those 2. We'll do those at, I do 42. We'll say 48 on that. That's pretty good. That's a very good price on that. I want to sell some of these. Making some money for Tucson. So it's 435. If you've had your eye on this, now's your chance. This would be a good one on a crochet necklace. It'd be good on an asymmetrical earring. On a hat band, you could have that dangling. There's a lot of potential for that. All right. That's pretty much everything. All right, we'll flip this camera around. Oh, but wait, I didn't do this yet. So don't forget, Azalea, let's hit that. You guys spam that hashtag snake. Let's see.
All right, let's share it.
We're doing a split screen for the giveaway tool. We're going to hit this twice. You have to be here in order to get it. Mary B. Yay.
Yay! Go ahead and send us a comment if you are still in here with us
Marie,
tonight.
if you're here. Otherwise, we'll redraw. We'll give you a moment. We have 2 of them we're going to draw. Marie, if you're here, you can say here. Well, wait a minute. Let's draw the next one while we wait.
That might make it a little bit confusing.
Oh. Marie, if you're present. Oh, yes. There
Yay!
she is.
All right, we got our first
Marie.
person. Now we got to draw it one more time.
We're going to draw again.
Mary Zalima.
It's the day of Marys and Maries. Yay, Mary!
Yay!
Mary, if you're here, say here.
I'm pretty sure I just saw her comment a minute ago, but I could be wrong.
Mary?
We'll give her a second.
We'll give her a second to type furiously.
Type furiously.
Type furiously. A folkloric snake closure button is a good thing to win. And so send me your email so that we can send you an invoice. All we ask is the shipping if you don't have an outstanding order to tuck this into. And, oh, I see Mary. I see it here. Awesome.
Yay!
All right. I'm going to flip this camera. How do I stop sharing this?
You just click the stop sharing button at the very top of the screen. It's blue.
All right. All right, my friends. Thank you for joining me today. Today we worked on this pendant. Could be an earring. Let's see what it would look like as an earring. I didn't put all the finishing touches to make it a finished earring. Let's see what we have so far. Let's take this one out. Let's take this one out. And we'll see the look. I'm gonna wake that cat up. What do y'all think? That look pretty good? Not bad. So if you're interested, this was for the set $465. I have 5 sets, and you can make this yourself, or it could be a really pretty pendant. And I didn't even get the last bit, you know, the what you call it, the little dangles. I was going to put moss aquamarine little parts to dangle off of the chain. And also, you don't have to make them loop like that, like a chandelier. You could make them loop straight down. There's a lot of potential with those. A lot of pretty potential. Oh, it even looks cool with a asymmetrical. But I do like how that came out with that. Right? It looks really good. All right. All right, my friends. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for participating in our live sale. We appreciate all of you that have tuned in and stayed with us. Don't be afraid to like and share. Keep the magic happen. Keep us in business. We love that story. Yeah, if you guys, we were going to do a coupon code coming up. We have, or not a coupon code, we're going to have a big sale coming up. So the TGBE, that's coming up. The Midsummer Market, y'all have heard of that. That we're going on our 4th one, I think, 4th or 5th Midsummer Market. So that is taking place very soon. I'm working on some new pieces for that event that we will be going live on the, I think it's the 12th of January. It starts that Friday, all the festivities, and it's free content. It's a good time. A lot of folks in the group will have, I mean, it's nonstop projects and techniques all weekend long. So it's a lot of fun. And so mark your calendars. That's coming up in like, what is that? Like in a little over a week? It's good times. Yes. Not this weekend, but the next weekend is a Midsummer Market. So tune in then, and we'll have a project. We will have, I'm thinking of doing a hat band. I did a hat band before, but it's almost that time for festival time where I'm going to be needing my hat when I go to Tucson. And I love a decorative wrap to go around my hat. And I have a few ways that I do a wrap with nylon around leather and adding charms to it. So if you want to see that, we're working on the tutorial for that. It's practically done. It's so easy and fun. But if you want to see my version of it, it's coming up. Oh, Sheree, the midwinter. Yes, the midwinter market. All right, my friends. So tune in then. We will also be going again live on this Sunday. Azalea has a kit she's working on, It's a pretty fun. It's a smaller amount, and we have a few others. I've been going through my studio stash. It's going to be great. So we will see you all on Sunday.
Good
All
night,
right, my
everybody.
friends. We love you out there and hope you have a creative rest of your week. Okay, bye-bye.